Now, today, in today's Styling Insights, I'd like to talk to you about the do's and don'ts of interior decorating. So the first and foremost is plan your space. So by starting from the largest items, like these could be your sofas, your large units, your wardrobes, because these are going to take up most of the floor space, and then we can work around the area spacing that we've got left. The next thing is choose your color palette carefully. So this is also important with taking your time and trying the colors before you actually make your final decision. So go out to Bunnings, Home Depot, wherever you are in this beautiful part of the world, there will be a somewhere that sells paint. And they will have paint samples. So you can get like A4 paint samples that you can actually stick up on your wall, and choosing the colors that sort of you might already have within your home. And then you just need to just do a repaint of your walls to, you know, freshen up the space. So keeping in mind that the natural lighting and the artificial lighting, which artificial lighting are your lamps and your lights, that they're going to throw off a different reflection of color as well. So making sure that you've put the A4 color samples up in different areas of that room, so that it, you know, morning light, afternoon light, evening light. And then once again, with that's the natural lighting, and then the artificial lighting, because you may be looking at a white, but it could be throwing off like a bluish undertone, or having a grey undertone, but you really want that white crisp wall. So keep that up for, I usually recommend about a week, so that you can actually get a good feel for whether it's going to suit that space or it's not, or you're not liking it. You could even get different colors of that one, different shades of that color. So being the grey, just say you want grey. You know, you can get different shades of that grey. So quarter, you know, the full strength, quarter strength, half strength, stick them up, and then just sort of let that sit and see what your decision is with that. But also, you know, checking what colours you've already got in your interior decorating as well. So your little trinkets or your home decor pieces, your cushions, have a look to see what colors you have there, and then try, you know, then you can be a bit more creative with the walls as well. The next thing is be brave and be different. Don't be afraid to include unusual items in your room's design. So adding something quirky that you love, and this will personalize your style as well. So we don't have to follow what the trend is at the present time when you're styling your home. It's about who we are and how we want our homes to look and how we want our homes to feel. And really, at the end of the day, it's a reflection of who we are, our homes. So we sort of might see our girlfriend's home and you think, oh, I love that. I'd love to have my home like that. But that's her personal style. You know, you want to create your own personal style. The next thing is only buy furniture and accessories that you really love. So be sure that these are the items that you actually really, truly want in your home. So going back to basics and creating, I call them a design board. You might know them as a mood board or a vision board, inspirational board. Find these pieces that you actually truly love and you really want, you desire, and they meet your needs, wants and desires. So have a look at them. You can either create this design board on if you've got Canva, if you're even Microsoft Word, Pinterest is another good thing, or you can get magazines and go through the magazines and do the old, you know, scissors and glue onto a bit of paper. And then start getting a feel for these items that you actually, are looking at getting in your home, and make sure that these are the ones that are actually going to also suit your style and also your home environment, where you actually live. So sometimes, you might see somebody who lives in the country, but they've got a coastal home theme. That's okay, but we just need to sort of really think how our style fits in with where we live as well. The next thing is to add interest and create depth mixture. So mixing different materials, textures, patterns, styles. So, we want to be creative as well when we're styling our homes. And having just sort of plain cushions on the lounge, yes, that's fine, but let's sort of, add different types of materials, textures, patterns, because it's going to add to your personal touch within your home as well. It's going to add character to your home. Sort of when we're creating and styling with cushions or patterns or textures, we want to make sure that we actually, when we do it, we're sort of having like just say, for example, you have a bold print. So it's large, let's use the behind me, large leaf prints. Then you sort of want to bring it down in scale of the leaf prints, and then even to, so having a larger print, a medium print and a small print, but you can then also throw in a solid color, and it could be a fluffy cushion. So sort of just having a look and seeing, and when you're in the store looking at your cushions, grab the ones that you like and just sort of sit them there and just have a look and see and play around and see which goes which better as well. Also with the color, going back to the color palette. So when we're doing the cushions, we can actually, pull out if there's like a sort of a little bit of purple in there. Well, we can pull that purple out and incorporate that into, a bigger pattern cushion or something like that. So it's just about being creative and not being afraid to sort of try different things as well. So that's the do's. And these are the don'ts. These are my ones that I've actually come up with over, a few years of working with clients as well, and found that these things, my clients or people just in general sort of don't factor into when they're actually styling their homes. So the first don't is, don't be afraid to add some pieces that don't match your current style. There is always a way to blend different styles. So, be bold, be different, and put these items together, because once again, it's your home. It's about how your home reflects who you are and your personality. So, it doesn't have to all match. People sort of get the idea of, interior decorating is that everything has to be matchy and all cohesive, and that, yes, to some point, but we can add bits and pieces in there. We've got, there's so many different styles as well, and we incorporate, you're not going to have one particular style in your home. You'll find that you have maybe up to 2 different styles that are all incorporated in different elements of your home interior styling. And this is a big one. Don't forget the tape measure and measure everything several times. So when you're going to, say, purchase a new a sofa or a lounge suite, make sure you're measuring the space with the tape measure where you want to put your new lounge. And then make sure that you get the exact measurements of the lounge, and then just measure that it's actually going to fit into that space. That's number 1. Number 2, make sure that it fits through your doorways before you purchase it. So measure your doorway. There's nothing worse than, bringing in a new lounge and you can't fit it through your doorway. So make sure that the width of both the door and the lounge are, to some degree the same measurement, but just a little bit smaller so that you can fit it through. If you live in an apartment and you've got to use a lift or the stairwell, make sure before you purchase it that it's going to fit into those areas. This is a huge thing. There's nothing worse than when you go and you buy a lounge suite or coffee table or anything really, because it becomes a costly and time, it's cost, it's time, it's all those things, because we're so time poor that we need to make sure that we're getting it right to start with. We don't want to have to go and you know, take this lounge back. So there's time, there's cost, all that's involved. So make sure that we get it right the first time round. The next thing is don't rush, take your time. You know, Rome wasn't built in a day, and our homes don't have to be styled in a day either. Plan in advance. So, you know, once again, sit down, create that design board. You know, go onto Google, look into magazines, look into Pinterest, find the items or similar items that you want, and then do the research. Jump on the Google, have a look at, you know, pop in the Google search if you're looking for cushions. So, you know, Scandinavian cushions, let's say. So, you know, all Scandinavian type cushions, style cushions are going to come up. So it might be time that we've got to sit and we've actually got to go through and do this research. But at the end of the day, we're doing it properly. We're not making any mistakes, and we're getting it right the first time round. So that would be my biggest thing, is do not rush it. Take your time. You know, find those pieces that you really want, because there's nothing worse than going out and buying a new home decor piece and thinking, oh yes, I love that. I need that spot filled. And you bring it home and it works out that it doesn't fit into your style. It doesn't, you know, it doesn't fit into that space. So don't rush, take your time, and get it right the first time. Don't be afraid to invest in one great quality piece. So, you know, you can find a few key pieces and work around them. So usually investing in a quality piece would be your lounge suite or your dining table and chairs, or even if you want to have a piece of artwork. So, you know, just trying to find those quality pieces that we don't want to sort of go and get a cheaper piece to find out in 2 or 3 years' time that the lounge stitching is coming apart, and that we want to be able to, you know, have that quality piece that's going to last us, you know, let's say a lifetime, because they're big investments, you know, lounges, dining tables and that. So looking for that as well, and doing the research on it. Go into the store, you know, first you could have a look online, write down all your notes, and then physically go into the store and then try. And you've got to try before you buy, right? So go sit on those 5 lounges that you've got on your list, see which is the comfortablest one, you know, or go look at that dining room table. You know, you could have 6 of those that you need to look at. So go have a look at it. You know, it's the feel, the texture, it's the look. Because it's online, it might not look like that when you go in store. So it might turn out it's not the right thing for your style. And the last don't buy everything at once. Once again, take your time. Keep in mind the overall look and shape of a room, and wait before adding more items. So take pictures from different corners of your room to have as a guide as well. So this is a good thing. So go into each of your spaces, into your rooms, and take pictures, so that when you're going into the stores, you can actually bring up, oh, this is my lounge room. Okay, so we need the coffee table, we need the rug, we need the lounge, we need cushions, this and this, and that's on your list. And then you can sort of just have a look at that photo and see if there's anything else that we need. And just once again, we don't need to rush it. It all, you know, this one here, it sort of incorporates in with that don't rush. Take your time, and once again, refer to your design board as well. We need to keep on track. We need to keep focused. And also I'm going to add an extra don't in here. And a lot of people don't do budgets. We need to budget for every single thing in our project, in our mini makeover, whatever it is that we're doing, styling our home. We need to factor in those things like, right, we need a handyman to come and fix the mirror up on the wall. We need to get extra screws. Oops, we don't have a drill, so we need to buy a drill. You know, it's all those things that we need to think about in our styling, and also budget for it as well, because if we're not budgeting for it, and we don't say, you know, have an amount, right, this is, I've got $2,000 to spend on a mini makeover in the master bedroom. Write down all the things that you need, you know, and then jump, and once again, research, jump online, or if you've got a catalogue from that shop, have a look through there and write down the prices, the item, and then, you know, do a bit of research, because sometimes you can find that item, exact same item, at a different shop for a cheaper price. So I can't stress to make sure that you have a budget, you plan in advance, you create your design board so that you've got your vision right in front of you, and you take a picture of it or save it on your phone so that you've got it. And then when you do go out to the shops and you think, oh, that's right, I need to get a photo frame, and then you've got your photo frame on your design board, and you can refer back to it, and you can refer to your budget. So I can't integrate how important it is to more so of those points. Don't rush it, take your time, budget and plan in advance. Now, that is it for today. I hope you have found some value in this styling insights today, and I will see you next week with a new styling insight. But if you have a dilemma that you would like me to talk about in a styling insight, please comment below, and I will endeavour to answer that question for you next week on the live. And also, we do have a budget template. So if you're interested in this budget template to keep you on track for your mini makeover, your project, your renovation, whatever styling project you were doing, just pop in the comments below budget, and we will send you our budget template. But thank you so much for joining us, and we will be back next week. Bye for now.